Good morning, gentlemen. I'm going to talk to you on a very interesting topic. But before I tell you about the topic, anything more, I'll start with making a request here that please subscribe to my channel, share it with your friends, comment, and of course, come back again. Having said that, I'll now tell you the topic I'm going to talk about is India versus Pakistan and who can win this war. Pakistan has declared India as the enemy number one. I have not been able to understand why Pakistan should have declared India as an enemy, and officially, the government also considers, and the government of Pakistan also considers India to be the enemy. It's a very childish way of looking at things, because Pakistan is one-fifth the size of India, and really, it is surviving only because of the Indian leadership, with the Hindu leadership not having the courage to finish Pakistan. That's more all. Otherwise, Pakistan would have been finished right in 47 itself, when Nehru agreed for a ceasefire for no rhyme or reason in Kashmir. And when the Pakistan tribals were on the run, it was not the way to go about fighting a war. Again, in the 65 war, India had an excellent chance to attack East Pakistan, which is totally defenseless, and occupy the entire East Pakistan, and then use it as a bargain for Kashmir. But didn't strike the Indian leadership, including the Indian General Staff, to do such a thing. So basically, it was the Hindu culture of the Durg mentality that you defend yourself but you don't have an offensive. And that is the crux of the issue. Otherwise, I've told you, Pakistan would have been finished a long time back. In 71 war, India had the greatest chance of all time. Almost 100,000 Pakistani POWs with us, including their GOCNC Eastern Command, Lieutenant General Niazi, in Indian custody. And yet India didn't tighten the screws. That was the time for Indira Gandhi to tighten the screws on Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, and he fooled Indira Gandhi to a great extent. So there again, it was a missed opportunity. And then, of course, in 98, again, the missed opportunity, where Vajpayee was shivering in his pants, I think, as far as America's intervention is concerned, or China's intervention, because he forbade the Indian Air Force or the Indian Army to launch any other attack across the LOC and only keep fighting in the Kargil Hills. So India got 30% more casualties because of Vajpayee's, I would say foolishness or lack of knowledge or whatever you call it, or lack of guts, I would say more important. So the question is that if the Indian leadership had guts, they would have finished Pakistan a long time back. Even now, Pakistan is riding on a crest, thinking that they're great powers in the world because they've gone about and had a periphery role in the negotiations between Iran and United States. So they're trying to hog all the limelight. But how did it help Pakistan? It doesn't reach its stature as a world power or global power. And other than the nuclear weapons, which they keep brandishing around, I don't think Pakistan got any depth in strength at all. Their strategic depth, which their leadership thought were going to be Afghanistan, well, it turned out to be a cropper, total zero. Afghanistan is hell-bent on destroying Pakistan, and there's going to have another Afghanistan in Pakistan, so there's a battle on. Pakistan can't do much. And then even Pakistan has lost a lot of pace in the Middle East, and they had positions on 13,000 or 20,000 troops in Saudi Arabia, which are supposed to be helping Saudi Arabia against Pakistan Iranian attacks. But the net result, as we all know, was zero, because the Iranians bombed the Saudi refineries, they bombed Riyadh, and Pakistan army is just sitting and looking, a little foolish. I think so was General Munir. And I hope there's a realization in the Saudis that Pakistan can do nothing, and that's the crucial point we must remember. So as far as Pakistan is concerned, I don't think it is a match for India. And I'm sincerely hoping, praying to Allah every day that tomorrow the next war is there. China should mount an offensive on the northern borders. Well, this is a pipe dream. I think it's never going to happen. China is not going to fight India, because fighting India means India going in the American lab, and India allied with America would spell the death of Chinese state, and China knows it. So China has not come on their help, and if they think the Americans are going to help them, they're another like you smoke the pipe the Red Indians used to do. You keep smoking the pipe, nothing's going to happen. And what's likely to happen is that America will look for a ceasefire, but they're not going to do anything else. Well, gentlemen, so I've given you an idea. Nepal, I will add one line. I think it just needs one kick and it'll fall down. And all the talk which they're having that we're going to have strategic independence with China will go down. They totally depend on India economically. I hope they realize it. And it's time the Indian leadership took a step and made Nepal realize this. And Bhutan, of course, in Indian orbit, and Burma is neutral. I mean, rather, it's inert. It's not bothered about India at all. So, gentlemen, this is the position. Bangladesh, of course, has got no meaning. And I've already spoken a word about it. So, gentlemen, the situation is that India is the kingpin as far as the neighborhood is concerned. The only drawback is the Hindu leadership, which doesn't want to take the initiative. And it's a sad commentary on the Hindu leadership that when they were ruling in Delhi, they allowed 2 lakh Kashmiris to be thrown out of the valley. How did this happen? I think it shouldn't have happened, but it did happen. Well, gentlemen, I've given you a little bit of, I would say, a picture of what's happening, a snippet. And the fact remains that India needs a very, very strong leadership. And even Modi is not the right man. I think I'll close now, say goodbye to you all. It's been very nice talking to you. I hope you like my short video. Take care. God bless.